Socialites, welcome back to the Social Studies Podcast with me, Joe Dombrowski.
And me, Gaspare Randazzo.
I'm going to be in D.C. all weekend, so come to that. I'm going to be at the D.C. Improv, and then Tuesday of next week, May 7th, my show at the Hollywood Improv for the Netflix Festival. After that, I'm going to be in Calgary, Rochester, Pittsburgh, Denver, Tacoma. You should come. Get your tickets at thejoedombrowski.com.
And I will be in Hershey, Pennsylvania, Chicago, Philadelphia, Los Angeles, New York, Long Island, Boston, Washington, D.C., Tampa, Detroit, Atlanta, Staten Island, Austin, Dallas, Columbus, Cincinnati. Get your tickets at GaspareRandazzo.com.
Oh, Gaspare Randazzo.
So,
guess what?
What?
Tomorrow's my birthday.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. April 30th is my birthday.
Oh, yeah, in podcast world.
It's actually April 10th when we're recording.
Yeah, guys, we're actually recording. It's April 10th.
Because Gaspare demanded that we do an episode today.
And much to the anger of my family, I told Joe that we had to film a full episode today because too much has gone on lately in my life. And I felt like we just needed to record so that I can get it all down, say it all. So how's it going, Joseph?
It's going good, Gaffsif.
I'm also off today. I'm off from work because it is Eid. So we are home for Eid, which Eid is the last day of Ramadan. It's the celebration after fasting for a month. Muslims, I'm not Muslim myself, but the New York City is every holiday gets a celebration and a day.
A parade.
No, not a parade. Just like every holiday, we get days off because too many people complained. Like, oh, now we get Chinese New Year's off. We get Eid off. We get everything you could think of. We're off.
Yeah, so, and you also go to school until July.
Yeah, but we also don't start school till September.
Well, choices.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, so I have a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm just going to tell you, I'm going to let you pick, Joe.
Okay.
All right. You want me to go from today backwards or from the earthquake that shattered my life forward?
Let's start with the earthquake.
All right. Joe.
Gas.
I'm teaching. It's fifth period.
Uh-huh.
It's actually third period.
So you were literally in school when this happened?
I was in the middle of in the library. I brought my students up to the library to do a project. Everybody was working. All of a sudden, literally, I was like this.
Shut up. It was that strong?
I was just like, and then like,
I
didn't make that noise. I was just like, oh, what the fuck? You felt it. We were rocking.
Oh my God, there's an earthquake.
So I literally was looked at my co-teacher. I'm like, Kim, do you feel this? And everybody was stopping. So then I threw myself into the wall and I was like, oh my God, I'm hurt. So she was like, oh my God, you're so stupid. So I was like, cover me in books. And let's pretend I got hurt. So the kids, I was like, guys, we just survived an earthquake together. We didn't move. Not one kid even batted an eye. They were like, cool. They just kept sitting there doing their own thing.
Well, your school's survival of the fittest already, so.
Yeah, but you know what? I was reading online, all these people, and they're like, a school's the safest place to be.
Why?
That's what I said. Why? Because our
Depends
structure.
On the school, first of all.
Because a New York City public school, I guess they're old, so they're compact. I don't know. When I started thinking about it, in real life, all it takes is the fucking ground shaking. If one wall breaks, doesn't the whole fucking building collapse?
Yeah, and here's the thing, too, that I learned about earthquakes. Did I ever tell you when I first moved to Seattle, we had to start doing earthquake? They had been doing it forever. But I came from Michigan and Chicago. I had never done an earthquake drill before.
We never had an earthquake in New York.
It was my first professional development. You know how you have to do professional development before school starts? The first week or whatever?
Of course, yeah.
And they're like, okay, now's the earthquake drill. And I thought they were just going to be like, okay, go out in the hallway and put your hands over your head and crouch down. First of all, an earthquake drill here is, they shouldn't even call it an earthquake drill. They should call it an earthquake reenactment. So they get over the PA and they're like, earthquake, earthquake, earthquake. And then everyone instinctually knew what to do. I had no idea what to do. So I got underneath my chair and they all got underneath the kids' tables.
Okay.
And then I was like looking at them and everyone's yelling, grab the legs, grab the legs. I'm like, why the hell you got to grab the legs? Because apparently the table will skip away if you go under it. It just like won't be on top of you anymore.
So, you grab the legs of the table, not your own.
So then we're all like right, grab the legs of the table. Then we're all in shelter in place, I guess. And they're still on the PA. And now they start describing it. So we're all there. I'm ducking down and they're like, you'll look to your left and there's a wire whipping like a snake sparking. You look to your right, there's glass all over the floor. And then you got to evacuate the building. But while you were getting in earthquake drill mode, the admin went and they like blocked certain ways off. And then our secretary was standing in a hallway going like this. I'm a fire. I'm a fire. I'm a fire. We had to like figure out how to get out of the building. I was like, this is no joke.
How great would it be if you grabbed the fire extinguisher, just went to town on her?
Just like hosed her down.
Like, what the hell, Joseph?
Yeah, you said. Yeah, no. Yeah, so that was that. And apparently you're not supposed to like if you are in bed when you have an earthquake, you shouldn't get out of bed right away because your windows break and now there's glass on the floor. So people cut their feet and bleed out a lot.
But how long does an earthquake last? This lasted 4 seconds.
This is Seattle, so they're like they're not chintzy earthquakes. And also I learned that when an earthquake happens, it's not just the earth like going like this. It's literally waves. Like the land is turning into waves.
But that's what I'm saying. So like I was like, if I was driving, would I have just been thrown?
Great question. I have no idea. But I saw a video. They showed us a video one time and it was like looking down a street. So you look down the street and you see there's like a forest at the end or whatever. But when you were looking down the street and there was an earthquake, it would go like this. So you're seeing like now this part of the forest and now this mountain because the road is just like, crazy.
So like crazy. Well, I guess it depends on how bad it is, of how things survive. Anyway, but yeah, so it was pretty crazy. And then at night there was another one. There was a shock.
Another one.
There was a shock.
Aftershock.
Yeah, aftershock. And like I remember, like Gaspar was in the shower and he was like, "Whoa, Dad, did you feel that? Was that another earthquake?" Because he was a little nervous. And I was like, "No, it was a truck." The hell, he don't know.
Right.
But so then on Monday morning we get to work, right? And I'm in with the class. We went back to the library because we were finishing the project. And my co-teacher Kim's like, we're just talking, whatever. And all of a sudden I just throw myself into the wall. And she's like, oh my God. And all the kids look up and I'm like, oh, I'm like picking myself up like I'm hurt. And I was like, sorry, aftershock. And the kids were like to her, they were like, what's wrong with him? We also decided, her and I, that we basically teach, it's like Impractical Jokers. She just tells me to do something discreetly and sees if I'll do it. And I always do it. There's no discreet. So she was like, tell the kids you got Botox. And I was like, 100%. So I just walked in eyes wide and I never blinked. And then I was like, you're making me really sad. And I was just smiling big. And the kid's like, why are you doing this to me, mister? And I was like, Botox. And he's like, all right. Then I told him that the Eclipse, I told him also, this is a side note about the Eclipse. I told him that the Eclipse brought out all these rats. I said, did you guys hear about the Eclipse rats? And they were like, what are you talking about? And I was like, because darkness descended over us, the rats thought it was nighttime. So all these rats came out and it disrupted the flow of their day. And I was like, and now there's a lot of, and they were like genuinely like worried. And I was like, yeah, I was like, that was a big deal. And I told him I got bit by a bear over the weekend. Like, I just say anything. It doesn't matter. Whatever she says to say, I say. So I'm the teacher. It doesn't matter.
That's so a t-shirt. I'm the teacher. It doesn't matter.
I'm the teacher. I don't give a fuck. All right. That was one. All right. Then, fast forward to Saturday. Joe, we signed Lucy up for football.
You gave in.
We gave in. She claimed she wanted it. Do you know what she didn't know? She didn't know what football was. So we get to football, her first game, which was jump right into the action.
She the only girl?
Yeah, she's the only girl. She's the fastest, though. She is very fast. And she's solid, you know? So she gets the ball, right? She thought football was just me and her throwing it back and forth. She didn't realize she would get the ball and everyone would descend upon her while she ran. And that's pretty horrifying. So she wouldn't run without me. So I ran with her. We held hands. She ran with the ball. I was going to block for her, but I felt like it was fucked up.
What are you going to do?
4. Like,
right.
am I going to chop block a 4-year-old?
Right.
You don't know what that term means. So we get around the edge and like about 10 kids on the other team and then the 9 kids on her team all surrounded her and we're all trying to grab her flag. And she stopped dead in her tracks and goes, "Stop! Do not touch me! Hands to yourself! Hands to yourself! Do not touch me!" Then threw the ball on the floor, looked at me with the biggest tears in her eyes and said, "I'm going home now! I'm going home." So I said, "Come on, baby, let's keep trying. Let's keep trying." No. So I had her on my neck, holding on to me. We were chasing kids. I was grabbing their flags for her with her hand. It was a nightmare. So we're trying to leave. She goes, "I'm done. I never want to play football again. I never, Daddy. I hated it." So I go to the coach. I go, "All right, thank you so much. See you later." She goes, "No, we won't." She goes, so I said, "Yes, Luce." I said, "We're going to try." She goes, "No, we're not." She's just yelling at the coach. "We're not going to try. We're done. We're not playing." So
what are you going to do?
She's going again on Saturday. I got to at least give it 2 tries. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I'm not just letting her think you could just sign up and quit.
Exactly. Good. You know? And then because she like begged you to do it, right?
I mean, she wanted to do it, but she didn't understand what it was.
Got it.
Got it. You played youth sports or no?
Like a few different things. Like I did swimming. I did soccer for the longest. Hockey for a very little time. Nothing crazy.
Yeah. Ice hockey?
Basketball for a little while. Yeah, ice hockey.
Damn. Well, I feel like it's a very Michigan thing.
Very.
Oh, that's right. We talked about it. You skated up to your parents and told them.
Right. I was like, "I'm done now." They're like, "Yeah, guess he's done."
All right. So then on Sunday, we went to the Harry Potter Museum.
Yeah. Now, what the hell?
Are you a Harry Potter person?
Not really.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
See, I never saw the movies. I only watched a little of the first one. I got up to when
I think that's it. I stopped reading the books after like the third. Once the books got bigger than the Bible, I was like, "I'm out. Like, this is crazy."
I remember like being such a dick, like as a kid. Like we had a friend who read the Harry Potters and we like abused them. And then I was
really?
Like, we were like nerd. Cause like, remember, like all my friends were just sport kids. Like none of us read. We just like went outside and played football and then talked about sports and played Pokemon cards. Like there was no reading. We showed them.
Yeah, and it shows now.
That kid's a rocket scientist. But I remember, so we go to this, it's called the Harry Potter Experience or Exhibit.
Who likes Harry Potter, Melissa?
Melissa's obsessed with Melissa's whole leg is tattooed sleeves, Harry Potter.
Seriously?
She has a snake for the Slytherin. And then she has I don't know, I never see her leg.
Does she have the quote, "I solemnly swear I'm up to no good"?
So stupid. That's what that's from?
Yeah.
Dumb shit. I have a Harry Potter tattoo. You know that, right?
No, you don't.
I swear to God.
Why?
I got it for my wife and my kids. I was trying to be nice.
What is it?
Couldn't tell you. It's the triangle.
No idea.
It's like a triangle with 3 circles in it. It looks like the Biohazard logo. So like if you have chemicals. So I told her if we ever break up, I'm just doing that. I'm putting it over it. It's not like a tattoo for her. It was like my son loved Harry Potter as a kid, like the idea of Harry Potter, but he didn't really ever watch the movie. He was just like, "I'm a magic." Like he didn't know. So anyway, so we go to this
magic.
He's a magic. So we go to this Harry Potter thing. It was cool. I mean, it was fun, I guess. You know, like we just walk through. But
you guys, Gaspare made this video. Am I going to ruin the punchline if I tell them about this?
No, I don't have a...
He's made this video where he's like going around Harry Potter land and like saying all the things wrong just to like troll all the Harry Potter people.
They were pissed.
But the funniest one when he went up to the Quidditch game, he goes, "And this is Quidditchy." I was laughing so hard.
No, so I said it's Gamora's diaphragm. I don't know.
Also, I wasn't laughing until Quidditchy because everything you were trying to say, I didn't fucking know what the right way was.
I literally would just look at the wall and it was like Hagrid's thing. And I'm like, who the hell's Hagrid? And everyone in the museum just was like turning and shaking their head. And Melissa's like, you are mortifyingly embarrassing. And I'm like, okay. And then like apparently he does yarn. Like he does
I had no idea about this either. You go, I'm in Hagrid's hut. I was like, I didn't know he lived in a hut.
Me neither. And then he does yarn. I thought it was a big bowl of spaghetti.
What do you mean he does yarn?
Like he does yarn
crochets
stuff.
or whatever.
Crochets, yeah, he crochets.
He does yarn. Yarn.
So they just
Rest
had this
peace,
big
Joanne Fabrics.
Why is it out of business?
I'm pretty sure it's going out of business. Yeah.
They just opened a Hobby Lobby right down the block from my house.
I'm pretty sure Hobby Lobby hates the homosexuals.
They do. They don't. I don't think they're very Christian based, but also they remember the owner stole all those artifacts from ancient Egypt. So It's like here you are being like godly, and then he stole ancient Egyptian artifacts.
Jeez Louise.
You don't know this story?
No.
Look, Hobby Lobby ancient. Yeah. Okay. Hobby Lobby's illegal antique shed light on a lost, looted ancient city in Iraq. Homeland Securities found this in a New York warehouse. They found cuneiform, which is the earliest form of writing. It was a 4,000-year-old clay tablet. Let me just get to where Hobby Lobby's involved. Okay. They had a case against the Oklahoma-based Hobby Lobby arts and crafts chain where few people have ever heard of the ancient Sumerian city called Urgerskrig. Hagrid. You can argue that it was a lost city, blah, blah, blah. All right. Not sure. Oh, Hobby Lobby purchased it for $1.6 million. It was looted from an ancient cylinder sealed and clay seal impressions and smuggled into the United States. It was a whole thing that started in 2010. It was shipped from the United Arab Emirates and Israel without declaring their true Iraqi origin. They were labeling it as ceramic tiles and they were bringing it in, and Hobby Lobby was buying it illegally.
Hobby Lobby. That's crazy.
They agreed to forfeit the artifact and they paid a $3 million fine. They had to give over 3,800 objects.
That's some shit.
Yeah. The founder opened the Museum of the Bible in Washington, D.C. And they said that also had $201 million worth of ancient artifacts tied to the Hobby Lobby.
That's wild.
Isn't that crazy to think?
That's so crazy. Yeah. I don't like it.
All right. Yeah. So apparently there's some girl, Diamora something.
I don't even know. Like you're speaking Chinese.
So there's a girl, Diamora's something frame. So I looked at it and I go, Diamora's diaphragm. And everybody, like the people around me actually laughed at that one.
What's up with his diaphragm? Like, I don't understand.
No, it's not her diaphragm. It's like her diary. And I was like, Diamora's diaphragm? And everybody started, it's like her Demophrey. It's not the word diaphragm.
What are you saying, brother?
Are you Googling Diamora's Diaphragm?
Yeah, and I like still can't.
It's Diamora's demand.
Our Harry Potter fans are like,
punching
what is
walls
wrong
right
with
now.
These two? Right.
Oh, and then we went to this pink room. It looked like the Pepto-Bismol headquarters. It was like some woman's room. So like I was like, oh, here's where they made Pepto-Bismol. And everybody in the room was like kind of laughing, but kind of pissed. Like, I don't know if they liked it or hated me being there.
Probably a little bit.
Then we were in the city, Demora's. Did you look up Demora?
No.
Dimo, Demora, Harry Potter. That's not a thing. The people of Demora Black. Oh no, that's not her name. Oh, Ramona. No. All right, forget it. It doesn't matter. Anyone who knows about Harry Potter understands what I'm saying.
Well, that says a lot.
So, all right. So Joe, after we leave there, we go to the slime museum.
Okay.
Do you know about this?
No, but I did see you stick your hands into a big vat of slime.
Dude, I stuck my hands. I couldn't get them out. Workers had to come help me.
Wait, shut up. Is that real?
Yeah, because it was so deep in. And I was like, oh my God. It like, you ever see Venom?
It was the color of venom.
No, it wasn't the color of Venom. And Venom is not, you're thinking of like spit from a rattlesnake. I'm thinking of Spider-Man's enemy.
Okay.
It consumed my body and it was all over my hair on my arms. I couldn't get it off my hair. It was going to rip all my hair off. It was very painful. So,
Wow.
and then like my wedding ring was ripping off. It was shitty. It was whatever. Overall, the slime museum was okay. It was fun. I had a good time, but very expensive for we were there for an hour and we stretched it and it was $50 a person, regardless of age. I thought I was going to be there.
$50?
I thought I was going to be there for a day. When it was
$50.
And once you go in the playpen, there's a slime river. Once you go in the playpen, you can't go back in the other place. So I was like, we're never going to the playpen. We're not leaving. We're staying forever.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
All right. So whatever. That was that. All right. Moving on. How was your weekend, Joe?
Good. I had a good weekend. I was in Salt Lake City. Great fans there.
Yeah.
I have
Tell me.
Amazing fans in Salt Lake City. I sold out every single show, with no room to spare, and they just like to turn up. Great venue. Wise Guys Comedy Club. If you've ever been, I left and I was like, I'll shoot a special here for sure.
Oh, is that fun?
Oh yeah, it's great.
Yeah. What did you think of Salt Lake as a city?
Very clean. Kind of weird. If Salt Lake City was, I'll say this. If farmhouse style kitchens were a woman, she'd be a woman from Utah, specifically one that lives in or in the outskirts of Salt Lake.
Like a Pier 1?
Yeah.
The whole city's just Pier 1 designed.
Yeah, it's just very that. It's very clean and it's very cool, but it's there's something going on with it. I don't know what it is. We'll have to figure it out another time. But also love the fans. I'll tell you this, I'm always a little bit nervous to go there because it's so heavily Mormon, and I'm like, are they gonna hate me because I'm just this gay? They know how to take a joke. They know how to laugh. They know how to take a joke in Salt Lake, and I'm into it.
But not a dick. Well, okay. Some people, I don't know. All right. Anyway, so on Monday, you didn't watch the eclipse, right?
First of all, we didn't really have visibility because we were in like less than 20%. And then on top of that, it was like, it's cloudy here. So we weren't going to see it anyway.
Did you see like those prisoners sued the jail? Did you hear that whole story?
Prisoners sued because they wouldn't let them go see the eclipse?
Yeah, because they were on lockdown and they said it was like a religious monumental event because it's not going to happen again in their lifetime, and they felt like they had to see it. But didn't we have an eclipse a few years ago? Like, I bought eclipse glasses a few years ago. So I don't understand.
Yeah. But let me ask you this, Gaspare. Doesn't religion go out the window when you're in prison? Like,
no.
If you're like, okay, seriously?
They're like super. That's why. Well, forget it. I don't want to get into
another
this whole
time.
Thing, but
like, what if it was part of your religion to like
kill people,
or like walk a very specific mountain or something?
It's like within reason.
Well, what does that mean? Like, where does the reason start and stop?
I don't know.
But also, I'm gonna say this. On the other hand, like maybe for some people, it'll give them some solace. So maybe they're not, wreaking havoc in there, or maybe hopefully becoming a better person. This is very touchy.
Yeah.
But you see what I'm saying?
No, listen. I'm looking it up now, but I don't. It gets a little of everything. So we'll talk about it later. Anyway, so the solar eclipse, right? So in the morning, I'm like, yeah, listen to my son. I'm like, this is what's going on. It's going to be dark later. People were making it like it was, like you're going to die. I said,
weren't people making it like it was like the apocalypse?
Like you will go blind if you look outside. Like
I know.
This is what I didn't understand. When it's nighttime, right? It's nighttime right now. I'm looking right out the window. I'm looking. I would never do this. I wouldn't look directly into the moon and just be like, "What's up?" Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I don't understand why everyone was like, "Oh my god, if the sun's not out, like you're gonna find it." You still felt it. You just like it's not like it. You can't stare directly into the sun if you ever tried, right? You've tried,
right?
Okay,
yeah.
So you can't stare into the sun. When you try to do it, you actually feel it still. You feel the warmth. Maybe because we didn't have a total eclipse of the eyes, but like
total eclipse of the eyes.
I played that song all day for the kids, and they were like, "Get this shit off."
I bet.
I mean, I was having aftershock. I was blind. I was everything. Also, the next day after the eclipse, I went to work and I told the kids, hey, if anyone missed it yesterday, I'll play it on YouTube. So I put it on, but then I put the glasses on while I was sitting in my classroom watching it on YouTube. And the kids are like, you don't need to wear the glasses inside. I'm like, oh, cover your eyes. I was screaming at them. And they were like,
oh, God.
I really wonder what they go home and say about me.
Well,
I don't care. But yeah, so the eclipse was fine, whatever. We lived it. We went through it. But we had to go to the doctors, right? So we get to the doctors for a kid's checkup. Lucy and Gaspar, I'm in the doctors with them. Doctor walks in, they weigh them. Gaspar weighs 10 pounds more than Lucy. She's a fucking beast. And then the doctor comes in and is like, hi, Gaspar. Hi, Lucy. Lucy, how you doing? And for some reason, Lucy's like, I'm doing really good, but I can't stop talking like an adult. And she
wait.
She said she's doing
the
good.
doctor. To the doctor. And wait, do the impression legit. I can't stop talking like an adult, doctor. This is my voice. I can't stop. For some reason, I'm an adult. And the doctor was like, what the fuck is happening? And Gus was like, Luce, you're not an adult. Stop, Luce. And she just wouldn't stop. She was just doing it in the doctor's office. Your Gaspar Jr. impression is a spot-on impression of that guy from Always Sunny that people tell you look like.
Oh, Charlie Day?
Yeah.
Because he's always wired and he's just like, Dad, trust me. It's going to be bad. I'm really telling you, it's going to be bad, Dad.
Oh, God.
And Lucy's like, fuck it. Let's change our voice and tell the doctor something's wrong. Meanwhile, Lucy has a black eye right now.
Wait. No. Go back to the doctor. So she's saying that. And then what?
The doctor's like, what the hell's wrong with her? And I was like, I don't know what she's doing right now. Because her new thing is she does like voice changes. Like she's able to like do like, she's like doing impressions. So she'll be like, okay. I'm Dad. I'm Mommy.
No, she doesn't.
Yeah.
No, she doesn't.
And they're fucking great. She's like, I'm Dad. I'm famous. Because Gaspar was telling his friend. So Gaspar's friend on Roblox, like his friend from school, they were playing FaceTime. And his friend's like, Gaspar, I'm going to look up your name. Spell it for me. So Gaspar spells it. And then he screen shares. It's just all pictures and videos of me. So Gaspar's like, that's my dad. And he's like, oh, I think my dad came up because he's famous. So Lucy heard that. And then she's like, I'm famous.
No, she didn't.
I'm famous.
What the hell?
Yeah, she's like comedic genius beyond her years.
Crazy.
So she has a black eye right now too. And then because it was pouring rain and she didn't want to get wet. So I put her in my jacket like a koala and I zipped up the jacket and I was running to the car with her and I swung the car door open and it hit her in the face and it gave her a black eye. So the doctor's like, how'd you get a black eye? And she's like, I don't know.
She did not say
tapping
like
on her face. And I'm like, Lucy, tell the doctor why you have a black eye.
She was going like this.
Yeah, that's her thinking face. I don't know why I have. So I'm like, oh God. I'm like, I swear to God, I don't fucking touch them. I don't hit them. And she's like, I don't think you do. And she's like, what happened, Luce? And she's like, my daddy hit me with the car door. I'm like,
no, she said that.
Fucking kid. I was like, so I explained it, and she's like, yeah, I'm not worried.
Oh God.
And then also Lucy does this new thing where she goes, this is so interesting.
You've told me that. Yeah.
Not boring. It's so interesting. Or she goes, Daddy, this is so satisfying. And then she goes, what? Daddy, you're so satisfying. I go, no.
Where is she learning all this?
Do not say Daddy is satisfying ever. Just shut up, Luz. Just, yeah. This is, she just says it. I don't know where the hell she learns it. She just says weird shit.
This is wild.
All right. Moving on. Moving on.
Forward. What else do we got in the book of Gaspare today?
I saw the play Water for Elephants yesterday.
Yes, you did.
All right. What do you know about it?
Nothing.
Oh.
Literally, not a thing.
You didn't read it, or you didn't watch the movie with Hugh Jackman or whatever?
There's a movie with Hugh Jackman?
I don't know. Isn't he in the circus?
And also
in the movie?
Wait. I think you're confusing Water for Elephants and The Greatest Showman.
All right. Well, whatever. Yeah, I guess you're right. He did do something where he sang Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, but I didn't even know when you were posting about it last night and you were like, it's about circuses. I love circus culture. I was like, I didn't even know it was about circuses.
I do. Have you ever been to a circus?
It's been a long time.
I feel like that's a very Midwestern thing.
The circus?
Yeah.
Anyway, what's it about?
This guy jumps on a train car. His parents die in a car crash. He's like 18, whatever. He gets on a train car. He was running away from all his problems, his sadness. Gets on a train car, ends up in a circus train car. They were like, oh, cool. You could work for one day. We'll let you eat. Like, that's it. We'll let you work for food for one day. But his father was a veterinarian, and he was on track to be a veterinarian, but his parents died and he didn't want to be it anymore. And while he was doing his one-day service, he saw like a horse was hurt. So he like helped the horse. And the owner's like, oh shit, like you're actually valuable. We need a vet. We'll hire you on as a vet. And the owner's like an abusive piece of shit. And
hits him?
No, he beats his wife, who's a performer.
No.
And then he falls in love with the wife. And the wife falls in love back with him. And it's a love story about, and then they have an elephant. Oh, so Water for Elephants, do you know what the term Water for Elephants means?
Nope. So
it's an old circus joke. You say, oh, I got a job for you. You want to carry the water for elephants?
Oh, so it's like you're going to be doing so much work?
No, it's like, it's not a real job because it's impossible. Like you can't carry the water for an elephant because they drink too much water. You'd be carrying like a pool. So when they would say like, oh, we got a good job for you. You could do the water for elephants. Meaning like we don't got shit for you.
Exactly. Okay, I got you.
I think like that's the term that's where it comes from. I don't know if that's like the joke, whatever. Anyway, but so like they have a horse, the horse dies. I'm not ruining anything. This is all in the beginning, like 20 minutes. The horse dies, and then they go to buy a new horse. They're like, we don't got any horse, but we got this elephant. And then he helps the girl train the elephant while they fall in love.
So you didn't like it?
No, I actually loved it because the people, so the story itself was meh. You know, I heard the book was great. I heard the movie's good. But Joe, these people were acrobats acting like the animals. So like at one point, like they were like, oh, here's the orangutans. And it was just a girl in an orangutan costume, literally just like moving her body like an orangutan, then climbs a rope and is just swinging across the whole entire audience, just loose on a rope, no wires, nothing. And then would swing back and then jump off. And then like this other guy just climbed to the top of a rope. It was like dead silent. They all moved. He then wrapped his legs around the rope and plunged down as fast as possible, and then clenched his legs at the very end and stops himself right before his face. He is literally half an inch off the floor. No ropes, nothing. And he stops himself, and then the crowd went wild. And then like this girl does it. And like it was just like crazy. And then when they are the elephant, it's all people as the legs, and they're moving, and then like someone's the head like on top of them, like
I gotta look this
holding.
up.
It's fucking
So
weird.
very like Lion King.
That's what Melissa said, but no, I don't know. I found it like, because like keep in mind it's circus, so like they had like real knives. They throw in the knives, juggling knives,
Oh, I
popping
see
shit.
the rope people.
Yeah, like they're just like popping shit, like balloons and stuff. You know?
I think they're very strategic. I don't think they leak pictures of the elephant.
Yeah, probably not, because the elephant was like the big reveal.
Yeah, I looked and I even typed in water for elephants. It's a musical?
Yeah, everything's
They're singing the whole time about this. They're like, "Oh, I beat my wife and there's an elephant."
I don't know.
Yeah, they don't show the elephant.
Yeah, well, that's probably strategic. So, Joe, all right.
Okay. I found a picture. Cool.
I'm going to read you from the Patreon. We got some messages, and I would like to read them to you.
Read them.
But we're going to start. The first one is a would you rather?
I would.
You wouldn't. Well, first off, someone said, would you rather fight 100 bees, 100 bear-sized bees, or one bee-sized bear?
100
bee-sized bears. So like 100 little
100
mini bears,
bee-sized bears,
or one giant super bee.
100 bee-sized bears.
But now, do they fly? That's the question. We don't know. There's no context to it. Because if they're just on the ground running at you, I'm stepping on them.
Right.
That's the easiest fight ever.
That's what I would do.
But can they fly?
No, they can't fly because they're bee-sized bears, not bee-sized bears with wings.
Do they have the strength of a bear, though? Can they lift you from the ground?
Of a little bear.
Remember how many ants it would take to lift you?
How many bees tall is the bear?
A full bear's height.
Crazy talk.
All right. Well, that was one thing. This one's disgusting. So, Sammy, not sure why you sent us this, but hey, guys, I have a would you rather, and I would love to hear your answers. Clearly, this happened to her, which is why she needed to know this, because this is fucking gross. She did end it with, sorry for the random question. I have a lot of time on my drive home from work.
Don't text and drive, Sammy.
Would you rather lick the bench in the YMCA locker room? Mm-hmm. Like that's a gym, the YMCA? I don't know if that's everywhere.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, I didn't know. What does it stand for? Young Men's Collegiate Athletics?
I don't know what the C is for.
What's the word? Oh, collegiate.
Sure.
You know what I'm talking about when you have something from college? Collegiate? No, collegiate. Collegiate.
I think it's Young Men's Club of America.
Yes, that probably makes sense. Then she went on to describe what the bench would be like. Not sure why.
Young Men's Christian Association, actually.
Is that what they were singing about at the YMCA?
That's what it says at the YMCA, original origin and background from study.com. But then, yeah.
Hobby Lobby
even
on
the YMCA website, it even says, on history, a brief history of the YMCA movement, the Young Men's Christian Association was founded in London, England on June 6, 1984. Interesting.
It's like the YMCA has been brought to you by Hobby Lobby.
Right.
All right. So lick the bench probably had sweaty buttholes and feet on it.
She said that?
That's what she wrote. Or lick a homeless man's armpit.
You know that person who messages you is erect currently.
Joe?
Yeah.
So which one? I guess I'd lick the bench because it's not alive.
Yeah, lick the bench. Lick the bench. And also, like, you don't have to look at the person.
Yeah, like I'm going to look him in the eyes and I'm like...
Yeah, poor homeless person. Hey, can I lick your pits? Gross.
A lot of people were sad about the April Fool's prank, but now this is a mile.
Oh, yeah, a lot of people were sad about that too.
All right. Joe, they said that this message... Joe, I have to tell you, I'm in Florida. I went to get Buc-ee's per your advice. I get it. What a place. They said. Buckeyes.
It's amazing. I yesterday cracked open a bottle of Bucky's Peach Habanero.
I love
hot
peach
sauce.
stuff.
It's amazing. Me too. I love peach. Anything peach.
I love like peach flavored, like Trader
peach
Joe's.
Rings, peach tea. Oh,
Trader Joe's has the mango peach salsa, something like that.
Amazing.
So good.
I love
but
that
I think
shit.
I'm going to cut down
shit.
on that because I did eat Chinese food today and I got very sick.
Really?
Yeah, I think it might have been, I just ate too much.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's the story of my life. I also ate yesterday. It could have been a combination. After I went to see Water for Elephants, I ate. You ever have food from a halal cart?
Yes, and I have shit myself plenty of times from it, but it's good.
Wait, they have those in Seattle?
No, I get it in New York.
Oh, yeah.
But there's like halal places or whatever, yeah.
Dude, I was waiting online, right? So this lady's like, let me get a sun-kissed. And the guy's like, yeah, no problem, $5. She's like, $5 for a fucking can of soda? And he's like, you're in the middle of Times Square, bitch. He just starts screaming back at her. And she's like, hell no, I'll go to CVS. He's like, go to CVS. I don't give a fuck. They just screaming at each other. So she's like, you fucking lucky I ain't a piece of shit. And she gave him $5 and took it and walked away. Because like the reality is she could have just took it and walked away. And literally nothing would have happened.
Though, what if people think though, like screaming at him and said $5 for a fucking soda? Like, is that going to help you? No.
No, but it's just the outrageousness of $5 for a soda. When I heard that, I was then standing online. I was like, fuck, I just bought a whole meal. Like, this is going to be $25.
You can't get shit for $5 in Seattle.
Nothing. In New York either, though. Not even a hot dog. You know how much the hot dogs are? There was $7.50 a hot dog. But mind you, this was right in the middle of Times Square. Like, this was
Why were you there?
That's where the show was. We were on Broadway. So, and like it was like $7.50 for a hot dog. The whole pack don't even cost $7.50. Can you imagine what those vendors are making on a daily?
Oh my God, I could only imagine.
So like, all right, my chicken and rice was $15, which actually wasn't horrible for like a meal. Because like if I paid $15 for a hot dog, I would have been pissed. I was pretty full from this. And it was delicious. I loved every second of it. And I ate it standing in a hot garage, like a hot parking garage. And everybody around me was just like, that smells so good. I was like, yeah, it does. That sucks for you. But like if $15, what did it cost to make? It was fucking 2 little pieces of chicken and rice. Rice is you get a fucking 100-pound bag for $8.
I know, it's crazy.
So like they're making probably $1 million a day.
A day?
No, I would say they're making. Well, think about it. If let's say everybody bought a chicken and rice and a soda, it's $20, right? There was 1,000 people standing on the corner with me at 11 o'clock at night. Now think about a full day, you know? So, all right, I got you. So even if 1,000 people shop there, that's $20,000 a day.
Wow. And I wonder what their fees are too. Because, you got to pay probably like a vendor fee or something.
No, because you're loose.
What?
You're on the street. You're not paying for a space. They probably need a permit to be there.
Oh, yeah, that's what I mean. And then also, they got to be regulated, right? You can't just like open a fucking cart and sell food.
But where do they go to the bathroom? That's the biggest fight. That's the biggest thing. Where do they go to the bathroom? In the bucket.
I didn't need to know that.
That's why you got sick. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed hearing about my weekend.
Oy, oy, oy. All right, guys. Again, tickets available at thejoedombrowski.com. I hope to see you on the road. Catch me this weekend in DC.
Yep. GaspareRandazzo.com. Catch me this weekend in Hershey, Pennsylvania, or next week in Chicago.
Bye.
Bye.